Yeah.
We also put out Sequence Erase.
Oh, yeah.
Earlier this week, a video we debuted at Game Days. Yeah.
10th anniversary special finally came out. We put out a trailer for that a while back, hyped it up. And anyway, it finally came out, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I got a lot of really, really nice emails from people from the community.
I saw like emotional responses.
Yeah, and that was really like that meant a lot to me. That was really nice to see that. People who have been viewers since the beginning and things like that were just really sent stuff in that was just really positive. So thank you guys very much. You're who it was for.
Yeah.
That's what it was made for. It was a dense as hell 22 minutes of just shit from our past.
Old references.
No one else's. So it definitely was for the hardcore fans only.
There was a lot of things while filming it. It was so weird to be in the Tetris block again.
Yeah, in the same place. Yeah.
With the same camera. It's like, but 10 years later, it's like, dude, what is it was weird. There was some really weird moments. It was cool, but it was like flashing past.
Basically, to just long story short, real quick, how it started was I was working on the Time Travelers DVD back in like late 2012 or something like that, and then kind of throughout 2013, kind of incrementally worked on the big Blu-ray box set that we put out last year, and doing that kind of stuff. We don't really, us working here at Mega64, we don't like sit down and assign, okay, you're going to do this, and like this is your job, and this is whatever.
Right.
But we kind of fall into our roles a little bit, like when we do conventions, Sean is like mastermind, like, okay, this is going to go there, this is going to go there, this is going to go there, and then we're going to do that, whatever.
That's
but you just got, you never stepped up and said, hey, stop, I'm going to do that. You never did that.
That's true.
But you just were so good at that, whatever. And Derek does tons of cinematography shit that I don't even have to ask, like, well, who's, whatever. Derek just has that eye and just steps up and whatever. And when it comes to, but I mean, we all juggle 1,000 things. I'm just giving a couple examples. But I just end up being, when we do a DVD, especially a compilation like Time Travelers or the Blu-ray box set that we did, you have to compile shit from years past. Well, that is where I come in, because I have all that stuff. I have the uncanny memory to remember where every piece of it is. Footage we never used, I remember where it was, stuff like that. So that's something, and that's fun for me to do, but it can get a little mind-numbing after a while, where it's just like, oh my god, I've been looking at old footage off and on for days and days and days and days. So I asked Derek and Sean, I was like, would it be okay just to detoxify from that whole thing that I'm going through if I wrote a 10th anniversary kind of special thing? And they were like, yeah, cool, do it. So when I just kind of thought, I had been thinking for a long time about something that had all the characters in it. And I just kind of thought I never sat down and whatever. I just kind of like let it come to me a little bit. And then earlier, sometime in 2013, wrote it all down. And then earlier this year, we finally got around to recording it. And it just kind of was got to work on it a little bit here and there.
It took a long time to film that.
It was just kind of like whenever we had some time, I could spend on that. So then, it finally came out just in time for game day. It wasn't even really planned to be a game days thing until last minute. It was like, well, shit, I think it's gonna be ready by then.
Yeah.
So let's show it there, and I'm so glad we did. Like, the reaction was really great, and like I'm not gonna go into spoilers or anything like that if people at home haven't seen it yet. Whatever. But the reaction to stuff, like even every character's intro, everyone got like there were big reactions to every character.
Yeah.
And especially towards the end, there's a surprise in the video, and the reaction to that, I was like running high on that all weekend. Like that like made my weekend. It was like worth all the hard work.
That was a surprise to all of us seeing it for the first time at the panel.
Yeah, because I had worked on editing it until the night before.
Yeah. And
no one had watched it. So yeah, it was just like, okay, well, I'm gonna play it. Hope that works. But anyway, there was. I'd be happy to like. I'll probably stay over on the thing tonight. If anybody has any specific questions, I can answer some spoiler stuff. But again, if anybody hasn't watched it, I'll let you do that.
Boom.
But it was a lot of fun, and thank you. Happy 10 years. Thank you to everybody who's watched since the beginning. And yeah, it was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun, and it's I think it turned out great. It really did. But I'll say, while filming it, I didn't know what the fuck was happening.
I was confused as shit when we were filming it.
Real confused sometimes. So.
Yeah, and that's why I was really great. It was hard to. There were so many kind of layers to it, and I am not good at explaining anything. I have a lot of things that make sense in my head, but I don't know how to articulate. So, Derek and Sean were incredibly patient with me in trying to figure that out, and Eric was. Everybody was, but Derek and Sean really were really helped me out a lot in trying to get all that together. And Eric was behind the camera on a lot of it, so thank you again, Eric. Yeah. Well, here's one spoiler I will give because the cat's kind of out of the bag. Kojima is in it. Hideo Kojima played a role in it, and on a long shot, I emailed him just to ask, like, there was a part of the video where I thought a cameo could be cool here.
Yeah.
Like someone, whatever. And should I talk to the guys from Rooster Teeth or should I go? And I was like, you know what? Shoot for the moon. Hideo, to the Kojima people.
Boom.
Hello. Will he do this? Just thinking, well, obviously he won't, but whatever. And they were so positive. They emailed me back, hey, I think he would love to do this. So Let's talk to him. And we were going to do it at E3, but he was so obviously they showed the new Phantom Pain stuff and all that. He was so busy. And so I saw them at E3 and I was like, hey, if it I guess it's not going to work out. Don't worry about it. And they were like, no, we're going to do this. He's going to be in the video. Let's stay in touch. And he came down to Comic-Con and had a day where he was just hanging out. And it was like, well, hey, we're in your home turf. Let's do it. Yeah. And he got sick that week. And I was like, and I was still like, don't worry about it. You don't have to be in it. We'll find someone. And they were like, no, Hideo wants to do it.
He's a man of honor.
So he did, and we filmed. And we filmed it in the convention center. We thought, well, he should be in some kind of, maybe he's like an underground kind of room or something. So we filmed in the parking lot, parking structure underneath Comic-Con. And Sean,
that's so cool.
Sean actually kept people out of the foyer. We were in like this foyer to the parking structure. So you know how many people are at San Diego Comic-Con? Sean had to keep all of them from going to their cars.
Yeah.
Because the room was just perfect for it. And so Sean just stood at the door. Okay, just going to need to wait
and
here.
By the end, it was like, I'll be listening to the door. I'm like, okay, I have a sea of 30 people. 40 people waiting, so they said, "Cut! All right, go!"
Yeah, and then people,
people would actually stop for you.
Yeah,
and then people when they walked in and saw our setup, most people were just like, "Okay, I just want to go to my fucking car."
Yeah.
But every now and then there was someone that was like, "Okay, we're just." Is that the Metal Gear guy? What?
They would recognize it?
What's going on?
Oh, wow.
Like, it was really funny.
Right place at the right time.
So, yeah, super cool. And when we met up with them there, too, we brought him back to our booth and we gave him a bunch of shirts. That's why you're seeing so many shirts. He wears the Mega64 shirts on his stream because we gave him a ton after he did that. So, anyway, awesome stuff. Yeah. Anyway, thank you, everybody who enjoyed it. And, yeah. What else did we didn't put anything else this week.
That was a big
That's
thing.
a big one.
Friend
Let them
zone,
digest
sequence
that.
erased. Yeah, I mean it's 30 minutes, so it's the length of 10 regular videos.
And
there you go. So
the
we're good the rest of the year.
was like an hour, 2 hours, so that's
we've given you so
2.5
much to watch.
hours of content.
Yeah.
Plus this.
You weren't here the podcast after Game Days, were you?
No.
Did you have anything to say that you want to say about Game Days?